and welcome back to Napoleon Total War 3. So, in what I was planning to do was actually to have a drop-in battle here against these armies, with having these armies fight these armies. Unfortunately, we tried it 3 times. Every single time it crashed. Might have been the better for me, actually, because, well, the first 2 ones ended desynced too early for us to really have a conclusive say who was gonna win. However, in the 3rd one, I can definitely say that I lost. I managed to lose all my 3 cavalry units, all my cannons, and one of my generals. And there wasn't really time enough for me to bring to bear all the infantry, because I'd really messed up the way that you can actually set up the reinforcements, right? So which unit comes in, and I'd set that up pretty badly. So that would have been interesting to see me struggle against these odds of fighting. But it also made me realize that it's a lot different going up against proper French forces. Now, they've got lots of great troops. Not to say that, you know, that's why he won. Because I mean, the way he had planned out the battle worked perfectly for him. But enough of that. I'm gonna try and see if I can manage to get a drop-in battle against him again with these, you know, final French troops. However, unfortunately, it's not going to be this one, this video. So what instead I think we're going to do here is we're going to try to fight 3 battles. We'll see in what manner I decide to show them. So one of the big problems, and you might notice here, like, you know, I've been rambling on about this drop-in battle. What has happened? Well, I have done 10 turns just trying to make sure that France survives, so I'm the one to deliver the final blow, and not the Portuguese and not the British. And so something I probably should have done a long time ago is I've I've suspended the Portuguese from having, what's it called, military access. We're going to see about doing the same with the British once their army is out and they no longer control this territory. So I don't need to worry about them coming in and destroying it. Like this, look at this. They're been besieging this with 3 cannons, which 5 people to man it. That's a full stack. For some reason it doesn't attack out and destroy them. I don't know what's up with that. But here's not where we're going to focus. So we're going to have one battle over here. Us and the Portuguese. Gonna absolutely ruin this guy. Then we've got this battle over here. Probably the one that's gonna pose a little bit of a challenge compared to the other 2. And then for the 3rd one, we're gonna do the naval battle. Now, we lost the last one, but there's no way I'm gonna lose this one. Maybe I spoke too soon, but the enemy force has been cut down so to size that, you know, there's no way they're gonna be able to win here. So this one is really what 72 gun ship. It has 24 guns left, and also it had like 200 crew, similar to mine, something along 175 to 200 crew. Now I think it's got only 75 crew left. So it's, yeah, that's gonna go pretty easy. I think we'll start with this one, and with that said, let's draw into battle, shall we? The enemy is held up in the middle of the city. We are starting to surround it. Let's go ahead and see if we can't go ahead and defeat our enemy. I'm sending my infantry units straight down Main Street. we're setting up our horse-drawn artillery up on the flank here. Hopefully we will be able to cover this side. I'm sending cavalry over to protect the artillery. At the same time, we've got this cavalry unit that's actually able to spawn behind enemy lines, set up in the woods overlooking the enemy's position. And then I'm moving forward another dragoon unit to kind of cover this area, and we got the Portuguese coming in and help us. However, as soon as I win this battle, the Portuguese army, I believe, should be pushed out of this area, which is my great hope that they will be, because then I can take my sweet time to figure out a way to get a proper drop-in battle against my opponent. Right, so the horse-drawn artillery has set up. However, as we can see, the range is not that great, so I think we're going to move it up to here instead. So I'm going to order the cavalry already to move forward to that position. And we're going to add the horse-drawn artillery up here so that we can fire into the flank of these guys. My infantry is starting to fan out in the city, and we'll see if we can get into positions to start attacking these. This cavalry unit, the dragoon unit, should now be heading towards the woods. And I mean, I don't think they have any cavalry, so I'm gonna send the hussars up here, situated in the woods instead. The French, I'm not gonna know what hit them, given what they're setting up right now. I mean, it's such a night and day in terms of facing an opponent versus facing the AI. Like the battle that I talked about, the drop-in battle. Had I faced the AI, I'd undoubtedly would have won that battle. However, I think there might have been some difficulties just because there was so much enemy cavalry compared. I think that was a big thing, but I'm sure the AI would have screwed it up because they don't usually you know, handle cavalry very well. They kind of just throw them away. I think we're gonna have you go down this street. And you come down here. And then you should start to move through here. And at the same time we got the artillery pieces setting up. Wonderful, wonderful. I think the best thing for drop-in battles with mods, there's sure to be, you know, difficulty. I'm surprised we managed to get as many drop-in battles as we have. Now, a lot of them have crashed, but I think if I ever did a vanilla campaign, I could set up and have drop-in battles for that. Maybe even like stream it, and I could have you know, have people, viewers, come in and fight me. Right, so. Our gun's starting to blast the enemy. I don't know if we really hit anyone. A little bit. Thing is, I've got 3 battles. So we should probably hurry and get this done with, right? And just the fact that, like, the AI usually just... they keep moving the troops. They don't form proper lines. They don't really think about fire superiority. Like in this case, we're starting to move troops into a position so that we will be able to create fire superiority for my men, where I'll be able to get more men facing their muskets against the enemy compared to what they are. And I say that knowing full well that I'm having 2 units walking against, what, a total of like 6 enemy infantry units. But they're just not forming proper lines. And in the process, getting destroyed. Pretty... this armed citizenry unit is doing really well for some reason. I'd expect it to break immediately, but the French general in this battle is like a... was he a 4 or 5 star? So he's doing really well. So maybe that's what's needed. The French are actually starting to put up quite the fight here as they're moving the troops in. And I am suffering a bit of casualties over on this unit right here. The volunteer unit. Well, at least it's not a volunteer unit. Finally, the armed citizenry was gone. Let's see if we can push up here and aid the rest. I think the Portuguese might be firing on the town now, which I'm not too happy with. Thing is, we could easily just end this by sending in the cavalry. Right, look at that. They had kind of a perfect setup to go and march forward and try and break me there. But no, they need to rearrange their lines. And suddenly they find themselves in a position that is not at all favorable. And I'm sure the armed citizenry here, once we start to fire from these 2 units, with a unit retreating close by, I'm sure these guys will run in no time. Oh, look at that! We've lost so many men here.
Our men are running.
That this unit actually routed. Well, I say it's time to end this battle by sending in the cavalry. From all sides they come. Just go ahead and let them shoot down one of my units before I go ahead and charge. Why did you stop? You're supposed to continue on to the enemy, you blasted fools. Why aren't you charging? It's too late now, you morons. When they proper made it into line. Fire a volley there to make it a little bit easier for you. Alright, everyone's routing. The Portuguese came in and helped me a little bit as well. Time to hold fire. And there, the battle was won. And there we have it, the first of the 3 battles done. We lost 150 men. Unfortunately for the volunteers, I kinda sacrificed them just to get a little bit better of a fight. Or better looking fight. Not really much to say here. Let's continue on, and I'm just hoping that, yes, the Portuguese were pushed away. And they ended up here. Nice. Bye bye, Portuguese. I'll hope I'll never see you again. Where was I sending you? To assassinate someone? Can't remember. But now we have control of piece of France. Wonderful. We can send another agent into France. We control now all the ports. So the French have no ports whatsoever. Really good resupply rate. And I could send the horse-drawn artilleries to augment this force instead of having these 6-pounders. And now sending in the horse-drawn ones and probably adding on some of the better of these units could join those armies. Definitely need more cavalry in those armies. And you know what? Let's switch it up, having the naval battle in between. Revenge! They've been sitting out at sea forever, slowly rotting away for us to take like half a year to build a new fleet and come again! Last time it was a disaster. And this time it should be a cakewalk, but let's... Cakewalk? What's that? Anyways, let's claim those seas! And so the battle is underway. For as much as possible, I'm gonna try and capture the merchant ships so that I can put them to good use. Not that I need the money, but I need to humiliate the French. Not just win, but humiliate them. They start off firing a single shot, threatening us. Don't you remember what happened last time? I certainly don't, because that commander died. So, you're in luck, because you're gonna have to fight us. I'm gonna head up into the wind, and this time we got the wind on our side as well. These 2 ships will be heading around the back, coming at the French. They managed to repair their sails, they did. Or at least a little bit. Seems like he's not really heading away from us. Alright, as we're going in front, we'll be firing for his sails. And I think we should also fire for his sails and go in front of him. And then the large ship will head up and fire round shot armor. We've got trading a little bit of fire here, or we haven't started trading just yet. But we have been receiving fire. We should be firing back any moment now. Any moment now. There we go. Alright. Chase up after them. So I've got these lying in front, firing towards the main ship's sails, while the Admiral's flagship is firing onto the hull. I'm hoping to cut a mast before we sink it. just because it looked nice. Maybe not go completely into the wind, but I want to be still firing on him. So we're turning up. He's only got 74 crew. I'm sure we could possibly board him. Maybe we should just go for a complete boarding action, just board the entire fleet. It's actually the frigates that would be difficult in terms of trying to board. 101 crew against 73. I think that could work. Possibly. Gonna individually command the ships here, trying to end up in a position where the enemy ship can't run away. Did we cut a mast? Or are they're just hoisting their sails? The once mighty broadside is reduced to nothing. I think we might want to pepper him a little bit with round shot here, seeing as though how close we are. 79 against that. I think that's a bit too close to pull off a proper boarding. Probably better for the others. What I want to do is at least cut one sail so that my admiral ship is able to definitely catch up to him. He's forcing his way through. You've actually lost quite a bit. I wonder if the French here transferred. Damn, the smoke from that fight right here. I'm gonna order everyone forward. Cut through. It's not going as well as I might have thought it would have gone. You know what? We might as well actually try and board them with that smaller one. And no, actually keep in round shot. I think that canister at close range has a tendency actually to set fire to the enemy ship, so we'll try not to do that. 108 versus 65, that should work. The corvettes are actually at risk of sinking, so I'll order them out of the fray. As a trade ship, we'll go to capture him. Let's see if we can't deal with that one. And why don't you... Did I just lose a ship? No. Or no, it's because he started the boarding action.
One of our ships is withdrawing.
He's withdrawing. I'm gonna order the capture of all the enemy's trade ship now. So my ships should be going for that. Let's see. Oh, they're about to come across. I don't know how that works when my frigate is definitely smaller. Oh, the French ship fired into us just as we continue the fight now. What a mess! What a mess. What a perfect mess. Love it. Okay, so the Admiral is surrendered. That's great. I'm sure this trade ship will fall soon. And so will the other two trade ships. We still have the two, well, actually one corvette and one frigate. My heavy ship should be dealing with this one frigate. I just lost another ship. Or one of my ships surrendered. This corvette is sinking. And this frigate is routing. Oh, the one that fought this fight. I'm sure what it was my men going back aboard my own ship. And in the process, just jumping off the side of it. Happens way too often. There's 15 crew left. But the trade ship hold on. Keep fighting. Enemy admiral decided to jump over and jump into the sea. It could be that the French decided to scuttle their own ship, not letting it fall in our hands. Alright. Let's see. You're supposed to go after this one, yeah. Oh, 2 trade ships have now surrendered. Great. We've got this one concerned and routing. Few assholes will stay away from the main ship. Maybe that could actually... Oh, he's been firing round shot on this. And even with firing round shot, enough of his cannonballs have been hitting the mast so that the mast in the back was actually cut. And there I am victorious. All enemy ships are either routing or have surrendered. I'm gonna make sure though that we capture all of them before the fight is over. And there's the naval battle conducted. We sunk the rest of the fleet, but we managed to capture what we came for, the 3 merchant ships. I ended up losing one of my corvettes, and we took a lot more damage than I thought we would. With the naval battle now conducted, we go for the final fight of this episode. We're closing in on the French position from all sides. We've got these 3 cheeky units able to deploy on the enemy's flanks, while the main force marches down towards the woods. We had loads of sappers, but as we're not really defending, I just decided to deploy all the crap out here. If we're forced back, we can always go ahead and set up defenses behind here. But I don't think it will come to that. Let's try not to march too quickly ahead of the rest of our force. Looks like the French might actually be setting up their own stakes. I'm gonna get the Lancers over here, my Hussars. Gonna get over here. I don't know where the enemy's cavalry is. They have a quite large Hussar unit compared to my Hussars. And I completely forgot. I was looking for my general for quite a while until I realized, wait, this general is the one that's actually in charge of a infantry unit. Oh, there's the cavalry. Cavalry has been spotted. The smaller units will be pushing through the woods. See if we can flush the enemy out. The enemy is coming a little bit too close to my Hussars. Don't really want to go straight into the fight like that. General holding the road, fighting with the Voltigeurs. We do have a unit on the very flank that can form square, so that's good. Oh shit. Sappers. All the sappers can actually form square, and they should form square. Tons of squares in the woods. Oh shit, they're attacking simultaneously in all directions. The sapper squares are holding for now. This square we had time to set up. The rebels, they're holding their part. There's a French sapper unit in there. Right, with a lot of the cavalry gone, let's see if we can't get closer. Also close in with the cavalry again. Right, my squares held. Enemy cavalry sent away. However, let's pull them back a little bit and regroup a little bit with the rest of the army. Hitting the enemy from multiple sides here. These guys will gain a little bit of ground. Not supposed to get all enemies there. Enemy cavalry back in the fray. The units on the flank will form square, just in case. Still quite a concentration of French troops in the center. I need to get closer to really destroy these guys. Alright, here comes the charge. Thing is though, they're so tired. I don't think I even need to form square. It's lucky that I formed square here. They actually almost broke the square. Right. They might do it once, but they're definitely not gonna come through twice. Wait, that is... The second unit is still there fighting. This side is where I've gotten the most men, and they need to close in to not leave the other side hanging, facing the enemy on their own. The militia is going after the my rebels. Lancer charge! Huzzahs! Alright, might want to hold fire as the cavalry goes in. And then the cavalry will sandwich. Oh shit! Holy shit! That's a lot of enemy troops that came through there. But they broke. This unit broke as well. The cavalry murdering their way through the enemy lines. And I will order my troops to open fire again. Why haven't I won? Because there's a voltigear unit dragging on the fight out here. Oh, you better run now. A little bit of a tired charge, but still works out. And hold fire. I do believe we are victorious. Why haven't I won the battle though? What unit remains? What unit could possibly remain? Oh wait, there's something. Oh, the enemy general! So the last unit to give up is the enemy general. Go on, boys! Foolish bastard. Well, there we have it. We are now victorious. Quite surprised, I must say. I thought the last battle here would be the most like hard fought, or the one where the enemy would put up the most resistance and actually do the most damage to us. It's probably the other way around. This was the one that actually was counted as a decisive victory. We got all of them. 188 losses. It's the Lancers of Castile. Managed to get 309. And then an infantry unit. Lots of good chevrons gained, which I'm definitely going to need once we go for that drop-in battle against the French. Wonderful. We captured this. Oh, they already managed to change this into one of those places to increase the French sentiment. Worthless roads here. What's the percentage? 100. 92, 100. Most of Spain is now 100. I guess I should be nice to the Portuguese and actually hand over Porto, since I stopped them from being able to take part in the war anymore. I'm sure they're gonna find a way to get a fleet going or something and land troops here just to ruin it for me. Hopefully this army doesn't ruin for me, or the other British army ruins it. But with that said, we're gonna end the episode right here. So we won 3 small battles. The key here is I want to end it on a mighty battle, a drop-in battle. Either if I just win the first one, otherwise I'm thinking I'll do it as a two-parter. Well, if I lose the first one, then comes the second one, where he gets the remnants and I get my, probably stacked up reinforcements coming in, and then final victory. Definitely would be nice. It's not because he's already lost 2 drop-ins. It would be nice to showcase, the fact that it looks as though. Well, I'm not sure what I'm saying here, but it would be nice to show him winning as well, because the one that desynced, he actually won that one. So would be nice to show one where he actually won. Saying that, of course, knowing that when I'm actually losing, it's probably not going to be as fun, but it would be interesting for the campaign for sure. With that said, it's high time to end it. And so I'll say, as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!